Thanks, Andrew, for coming back to, nope.
Sorry.
Thank you, Andrew, for joining us today. So today we're talking about blockchain. And first I want to start out with the basics. Like, what is blockchain? Can you explain it to us in simple terms? You can get complicated if you need to. But.
So in order to properly understand blockchain, let's talk about the sorts of problems it's designed to solve. When you're using a blockchain, what you really want to know is that the data that you're seeing, you know where it comes from, you know its provenance, and you know it's not going to suddenly magically overnight change out from under you to some other value without a trail that tells you what does that. Blockchain is a way to implement that using shared ledger technologies, meaning an open ledger that any participant can see and understand what the current state is at that moment.
So when you say ledger, you mean like almost like a book, like an audit trail.
Exactly, except that this book picture exists on the servers of every agreed upon participant in the chain, so that you can't just go in and edit the book that's sitting on your desk. When you want to commit something to the chain, the majority people within the chain have to agree to that change, and then it gets committed. That avoids bad actors within the chain being able to manipulate the data that's there.
So you talked a little bit about why or what kind of problems blockchain is solving. What kind of industries are we seeing blockchain pop up in, and who's talking about it really?
We're really seeing across industry. There's a lot of interest in finance, in government, in education, in the medical industry. Any place where you want to be able to allow people to own their own data, but also to control who has access to it and how that data changes over time. A good way to think about problems that lend themselves to blockchain is anywhere you want to have a chain of custody on the data. You can think about this in terms of, actually, if you've ever watched CSI, and as they're going through the evidence and some of the shots that they show, each CSI that wants to manipulate the evidence in any way has to open up the container and then put their stamp on it, indicating that they did that so that people know what happened. Similarly in blockchain, every participant that works in the blockchain, we know how the chain looked before they were acting and what it looked like after they were done.
Well, thank you, Andrew, for explaining that to us. And now we're just a little bit more knowledgeable about what blockchain is.
You're welcome.